Michael McKean, welcome to the IMDb show.
It's lovely here. Studio audience has arrived.
Looking dashing.
Thank you very much.
First off, congratulations on your Emmy nomination. Outstanding guest actor in a drama series for your performance in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Your first Emmy nomination.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Were you surprised?
No, I knew that it was my first. So I was not surprised, yeah. No. If someone had said, look, in a few years, you're going to be nominated for an Emmy because you sang an ABBA song at a karaoke bar, I'd say, I've heard weirder things.
The winner takes it all.
Like many other people, I love Better Call Saul. However, your character, Chuck McGill, I'm not sure if I love him that much.
No offense.
Well, look, I was the only one who had the responsibility of loving him.
Right.
I don't need your help. I don't recall ever asking for it. Sorry.
I also didn't think at any point that Chuck was mentally ill. Never crossed my mind. And the reason I was tricked by a guy named Vince Gilligan, another guy named Peter Gould, and they didn't tell me that I had mental problems. They told me that this was all real. This was a real thing happening to me. If you play a guy who thinks he sees unicorns, you can't play a guy who thinks he sees unicorns. You have to play a guy who sees unicorns. That kind of benign ignorance is what made Chuck defensible.
To me, it's as real as that chair. It's as real as this house. It's as real as you.
And do you think that's why people give you so much applause for such a sensitive, thoughtful, but accurate portrayal of mental illness?
Well, I think that it was written with so much clarity. I think people understood. I mean, there's this wonderful scene. Chuck and Jimmy's mother is dying.
Yeah.
And on her deathbed, I'm speaking to her. I'm there.
Jimmy. No, Mom. It's me.
And you see what that was. Chuck did everything right.
He was the most brilliant man I ever knew.
Jimmy, Chicago sunroof.
Right.
You know? But somehow, Mom liked him better. I made her proud. Jimmy made her laugh.
Did she wake up? Did she say anything?
Chuck couldn't get his mind around that.
No.
There's still a real emotional connection with Chuck. There's pain, right?
Yes, there is, because imagine that level of frustration. And imagine being a sensitive man whose job is to be the least sensitive guy in the room. I mean, that's what made him a great lawyer. He was absolutely ruthless.
Cold.
He had such strength, and he was so impressed by his own strength that he didn't notice any of the weaknesses.
Do you have anything you want to say? All right, then.
The happiest part of playing Chuck?
Working with Bob Odenkirk.
It's your word against mine.
I'd known Bob from sketch comedy mainly, and his timing is remarkable. The depth of what he does is remarkable.
Whatever happened to showmanship?
He's just a hardworking, seriously talented dude.
Maybe more right about this than anything you've ever spoken about before.
Give me something about Bob Odenkirk that would embarrass him for you to say right now.
This guy was on an award show completely naked one time. Yeah, you can find it. Yeah, and it's
Don't.
I thought you were my friend! You got me up naked in front of Radio City Music Hall!
I don't think there's anything that could.
I knew I recognized that ass from somewhere.
Bob is extremely well read, and he reads.
I thought you were going to say well endowed. I didn't even know why you went in. I don't even know why my brain went there.
No. Yeah. Quite the opposite.
Right.
It's all good, man.
231 acting credits on IMDb.
Wow.
You've been busy. If you had to pick one credit to represent your career, which one?
I'd have to say David St. Hubbins, This is Spinal Tap.
Such a fine line between stupid and clever.
Almost 5 years before it hit the screen, we were working on it. So it was a big chunk of my life, writing that all that backstory, all of those songs.
Stonehenge, where a man's a man and the children dance.
So then we started rolling, shot for 5 weeks. Then Rob spent almost a year cutting 90 hours down to 90 minutes.
And I got that. But I got more.
If there is kind of a middle bubble in the level of my career, that's what it is.
It was a dream come true.
Stefan Vanderhoof.
Yes.
Best in show. Most memorable moment from that.
My relationship with Higgins, who is one of the best improvisers who ever lived, genuinely, courageously funny guy.
Hi, it's Daddy.
Hi, Tron. How are you?
And we, very early on, developed our relationship. He was the balloon, I was the string. You know? It was so comfortable. And we were the healthiest couple in that movie. by a long chalk.
She's like, group schmoop, bring on the formal wear.
And when we lose, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we got each other. We've had all the fun we could possibly have.
Okay.
Big surprise.
Well, there it is.